Hey, Cardinals fans, welcome back to Redbird Rundown, presented by I-70 Sports, your home for all things St. Louis Cardinals. I'm Andy, here with Jonathan and Matt, and we would love for you guys to take a second and share our Spotify and Apple links with your friends. They can be found on Facebook, Blue Sky, Twitter, and you can watch us on YouTube. Today, we are going to be wrapping up our 2025 performance review series by unveiling our version of what each individual host would like to see our projected 2026 opening day roster to be. So obviously, big question marks out throughout the rosters. Lots can happen, things that we have no idea of. But this is just kind of us taking a look at what 2025 looked like. And we didn't do the MLB The Show thing where we forced AI to trade with us.
Speak for
This is
yourself now.
yeah, so this is gonna be within reason. If
No
we'll kind of
pies
get
for
into,
Will Smith.
yeah, nothing like that.
Ah.
But before we dive right into that to wrap that up, let's kick things off with a quick vibe check of anything that happened in your guys' life this past week. Jonathan, why don't you go first? Anything? Any vibe check?
Yeah, I'm gonna use all 5 words this time.
Okay.
Daylight savings time is great.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
I'm
wow.
pro. Here's my case. You
Oh,
guys ready?
Wow.
wow.
No.
Okay,
All right,
I'm not
all right.
either. Go ahead.
I've transitioned to being a morning person, really, as an
Same.
adult,
Yes.
and I thoroughly enjoy waking up when the sun is now rising.
Mm.
Because like I don't do anything in the evening really anyway, and if I did, driving at night is what it is. But like now, it truly is, and it gets dark way. It's too early. That's a caveat. It's 5 o'clock and it's dark, right?
It's 2:30 in the afternoon, and it feels like it's dark. Like it's ridiculous.
I don't like that part. I like the morning part of it. I
Okay.
should have said
Okay.
that. I enjoy whenever I wake up, if I go do stuff, I'm like, oh wow, it feels like I should be up because the sun is up.
We're gonna
Where in
do
the summer it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
a measuring contest. You say you're a morning person.
Measuring contest.
Give me give me the time of which you're now a morning person. What time
Okay.
are you getting up?
Uh, 3 days a week, 5:50.
Okay.
How's that?
My alarm goes off at 5:45 every morning, so I'm right there with
Okay,
you.
every well, I don't do
Okay,
every
I'm a
morning,
5'10", 5'15" boy.
so I'm just
Uh
sleeping in. Is what you're telling me?
yeah, a little bit. So for me it's always dark, so I don't even care. Like I would rather I get rid of that sucker just for
He
that
was
reason.
born in the
Yeah,
darkness.
Yeah. Just wake
guys, you
up and
guys
it's
didn't think
dark.
I was going there with daylight savings, did you?
No. There's a lot of
Everybody's
people
always
who are
ragging on it,
yeah,
and I'm like,
people
you know
a lot
what?
of
I
people
don't know.
rag on it.
It's light in the morning. I kind of like it.
Okay. All right, Matt, any other hot takes?
No, but my vibe check is this has nothing to do with baseball whatsoever. Life is precious. I took two of my
Oh,
classes to the circuit
and
courthouse
someone
here as
died.
a government class.
No.
No, but I mean, we saw people agree to plea deals on distributing meth. Saw
Mm.
a first degree
Ooh.
murderer walked into the courtroom and had a follow up hearing, and he made eye contact with a couple of my kids, and they just absolutely pooped their pants right there in the courthouse pews. And somebody was on gun charges, and we watched the felony docket in the morning, and I was like, man, these people have messed up their lives.
Yeesh.
So
Yeah.
just kind of put a little perspective on my life. Things are good. I feel great about everything. It's awesome. So it was a very
Wow.
interesting experience and interesting to hear what my students had to say about it. So I'm glad we went, but boy, you can get yourself down some bad paths.
You can. And
Yes, you
it's
can.
hard as a teacher. They're like, "Oh, I don't want to do my math." And it's just like, look, at some point that turns into something a whole lot different if we don't learn how to work, right? Like the math turns into you don't have enough money for your rent and or food and or the power bill. Like that's what that turns into.
Saw
Mm-hmm.
multiple people handcuffed to their waists, to their
Mm-hmm.
feet, jingling around today, and I was like, "Wow, that is
It's
not where you want
it's
to be."
math or meth, and I hate to make light of it, but I'm not trying to. But it's the truth. It is like, Matt? Did you use the word sobering? Because that's the word that
I
comes
did
into my
not, but
mind, and I
that's a
don't
great
mean
word for
that
it. Yeah,
like literally, but
sure.
I do.
yeah. Okay, there you go.
Stay sober, guys.
That's yeesh.
Yeah, yeah,
Andy, what's yours? Did you give yours?
yeah. Mine was kind
Uh,
of a downer. Sorry.
Yeah, bring us up, Bob.
I am most excited for I'm gonna keep it Cardinals.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay, cool.
I want the Cardinals to find I want Heim to do his thing not only in the farm league, which I think is going to be his Renaissance. I want him to find something that other people don't see. I think an untapped region that he could capitalize on is the KBO league, so that's the Korean league,
Oh,
and then the Japanese league, the Nippon league. I think like
Oh, you
obviously
don't
like
think anybody paid attention to Otani and
I
Yamamoto?
mean that's what I'm. They did. I'm not
Yeah,
like, but
yeah,
I'm
no, no.
thinking like I'm saying like the top of the top of the top.
Yeah, the other
sure,
dudes.
The
sure.
other dudes that are in there
Yeah,
that
For
like
instance, Miles Michaelis.
it's true. It's true. He came. Hey, he came
No,
from
but I know
there.
what you're saying. Sorry, you finish your point.
right.
You're onto something for sure.
I think that there are things that perhaps he can do, Heim can do,
Yeah,
hopefully, better than other GMs can do, of
Mm,
finding some people untapped, unrecognized talent
yeah.
that lots of people are like, who, now who? Because I mean, obviously, all of that's going to kind of be that way, especially because I'm going to slaughter some Japanese names here in a little bit.
hey,
Um, but either way, so that's it. That's what I'm most excited about. Is I hope that that takes off for the Cardinals. I think.
Wait. Can Japanese players play for other teams than the Dodgers?
I mean,
Today they can, right,
the
this
Andy?
started an
the
international
the
incident if it
best
starts doing
players,
that.
no, they're just. Did you read that article where they've already
Uh,
paid for Shohei's
Yeah.
and Yamamoto's salaries? Like just from like
just crazy
I watched a YouTuber. He went from the southern tip of Japan. Did I say that? Did I tell you guys this already on the
about
pod?
asking
Mm-mm.
for
Nope.
Shohei.
No. Okay, so he went from his challenge was without a cell phone, no electronic other than like a dumb phone to like if he had an emergency. He and a friend motorbiked all the way from the southern tip of Japan to the northern tip. He is from LA. He has Shohei stuff, and he knows a barely passable amount of Japanese, and so they were saved multiple times because he just wore the Shohei jersey, and people came up and were like, "Hey, love you," and then they were able to ask them
Wow.
questions about like directions and stuff like that. But like watching the vlog of that,
You are
Shohei,
deep on YouTube, man.
oh yeah, Shohei is
Steve.
everywhere in Japan,
Yeah.
every town, everywhere. Like in the middle of nowhere, they'd pass things and there's Shohei's face. Like
Yeah.
there's a town of
Uh,
like 50 people and there's Shohei's face.
I mean, it's like Michael Jordan in his prime. It's Tiger. I mean,
It's
Michael
like the
Jordan might
baseball
be the
version of
only
George
one.
Washington. Like it's
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
think
really
you're right.
is.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah,
I mean, Andy, to your point, this is going to thrill you. Reports I've seen is Heim is in there, buddy. These GMs want to talk to him. It's like he's it's like he's been out for a few years and now he's in again. He's got a new team, so people are coming up to him to like reconnect, and I guess those are leading to player discussions. And I think there is a chance that Heim just completely lights St. Louis on fire with a whole bunch of moves. I don't want to.
hmm
If he doesn't, I think there'll be reasons why he doesn't. I'm
right.
going to trust him here, but I think we could be in for a whole new world of
Yeah.
Cardinaldom
And
and
I think
much less cautious than it has been.
Heim, he's got something to prove this time. You know how we
Yeah.
talked about this last year with these guys coming in, Pierpont, doing the LinkedIn
Yes.
deep dives?
Yeah.
Heim's got something to prove. The Red Sox tenure, he kind of has like egg on his face. It's not his fault, but
Mhm.
that's not going to feel good for him to have that on his resume. He can come in here, and I think if he revitalizes this like blue blood franchise,
Yeah.
that puts you back on the map. I'm fired up.
Let me say one more thing I saw real quick, and then Andy, take us wherever you want. I saw the of all people, the New York Rangers GM, the hockey team, knows Heim and said that one of his like animating principles as a GM was something that Heim said to him a few years ago, which is, "I'm in relentless pursuit of incremental improvement everywhere." And I was like, oh man, I got the tingles go up and down my spine when I read that on Twitter. I was like, this guy, he might, I mean, just let's put Heim in a red jacket right now. You know what I mean? Like that is the vibe I get from him. Like this could be such a great experience. And we're a blue blood
Yep.
franchise. I'm not sure he'll ever leave. I think this could be awesome.
We hope.
Speak it. Let's hope. I know. I'm with
We
you. I
hope.
hope it too.
I'll be on that hopium with you.
Yes.
So let's wrap up and finalize what we've kind of gone through of people who are worth it, not worth it, people maybe we think aren't gonna make it to the roster next year. And let's start. Listen, we're gonna go just walk through the position players. We're gonna start behind the plate first, walk our way around the diamond, go to the starting pitchers, end up in the bullpen for whatever that's going to be worth. Who knows? That's going to be a bloodshed in there. A few bench players, and then perhaps we'll give a lineup at the end. So first up, let's start behind the plate. Who, Jonathan, is going to be the catcher for the 2026 opening day roster for the St. Louis Cardinals?
Right around that Ford F-150 is going to be Jamison Crooks. It's Jimmy. I don't know if his name's Jamison. No idea. Jimmy Crooks is who I would like to be starting as catcher. When I was thinking about this, I thought, you know what? I heard your thoughts about Ivan catching when we talked about this. I thought, you know what? I hate that. I don't want that. I don't want that.
James
I don't want
Dale
Ivan to catch.
Crooks the second, by the way.
Is James Dale. I feel like that's something within the realm of possibility I could have come up with.
James Dale.
James Dale. So Jimmy is who I'm having behind the plate. You'll hear Ivan later, obviously, but let's see what Jimmy can do. Why not? Why not?
Matt?
Yeah, I concur. Absolutely. I want Jimmy to hit us straight back there. Yes, that was a Crooks joke. I'll see myself out now. Sorry to everyone. But I
missed that.
I have Pages on my bench because it needs to be a timeshare, and Pages' defense is too good to just completely ignore. But I want to make this as clear as I possibly can. I want Crooks to get the lion's share of the starts. And really, all it comes down to, and you're going to hear me say this over and over again in this episode, is we are going nowhere next year.
Yeah.
So I need this catching train to move. I need a full season of James Dale to hit me straight, to just let's see it, because there's guys bunched up behind him. Yeah. And I really think both the guys bunched up behind him are both better than him. So if he's going to click and something's going to happen for him at the major league level, I need to know. I don't want Herrera back there. I do not need to see any more of Pages because of this catching train. So I concur. I think James Dale is going to be on that Ford F-150 coming in, buddy.
Yeah, it wasn't great at the end of the season, so that was my only hesitation. Like, did I want to do the Redbird After Dark and like just totally skip over Jimmy Crooks? But it wasn't enough of a time that he was up playing in the majors. That I also have Jimmy in there as the catcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. So moving on to...
Well, let me ask you guys super fast. Maybe we should throw this in. We didn't talk about this. Do you think that's what we'll actually do?
That we should say that after each one. That's a really good thought there.
Okay.
No, I don't, because I think Ivan's going to start. I think they've committed to him trying to do that. Mm-hmm. I think Jimmy will be the backup. I don't know that we're going to see Pedro Pages. I really don't know if we're going to see that. But I think they've said that. Have they not? Right? Didn't Heim say?
I mean, Heim says I want to see Ivan back there. So, yeah. Andy, what's your crystal ball saying?
I would agree with I mean, I'm not going against what obviously Heim has. It's unfortunate. So the Redbird Rundown is diverging from probably what reality is going to be. Several times going to happen there. I would agree. It's probably going to be Ivan with Burley DHing instead, or because
some machination of that, something like that.
Yep. So for my first baseman, speaking of Burley, our starting first baseman is Alec Burleson. I think that's not. I don't know. It might actually happen. I actually doubt it. But Matt, who do you have as your first baseman?
I also went with Burley, so that means that if I am GM of the Cardinals, I am trading Contreras. I realize that he's got a no trade clause. I realize he's indicated he'd like to stay in St. Louis. I would like to, if I was a GM, I would thank him for his service and just, I really appreciate what he's done. I think he brings an awesome vibe to the franchise when he's not crashing out on a water cooler somewhere. Good bat. But again, I need to unplug this because I really need to see what's going on, because I'm not thinking about 2026. I'm thinking about 27 or 28. So I want Burley in there every day. Burley's defensive statistics at first base are not super hot. I think they could get better as he grows over there, as he gets back into that position, which is what he's done before. So that's what I'd like to see. Jonathan?
Yeah, the triumvirate agrees here. It's Burleson. Okay. That's what I think. I think that this one is pretty much guaranteed not going to happen. I think they're going to keep Willie. Right. I really do think so. Yep. And I think Burleson, if I was going to do it from their mind, I think he's going to be starting in the outfield.
I would agree.
For multiple reasons, but if it was my magic wand up there, I would do Burley, because this is a season where we need to find out exactly what these people are. And Burley has by all accounts, solidified himself as a major league player.
Yes.
I don't need a veteran on this team. You're gonna see me do that throughout this. I don't really know that I buy into much of that anyway, that you need a guy who's been there. I'm sure maybe there's some nice, aspects of that, but
Yeah.
Willie's not going to do anything for us. He's not, right? I mean, he'd be fine, but he'd be better suited on another team. We could get some prospects or something for him, and Burley's the ready-made guy. I'm with you guys.
Hmm.
Uh, let's have you go with the starting second baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals.
It's JJ Weatherholt, and I am shooting everybody out of a cannon that is in front of him and blocking him and in his way. I need this. I want to see it. I want to see him play 150 games. I think he might walk in and be maybe the best hitter on the team, maybe neck and neck with Herrera. I think he's above average hitter right away. Now watch, he'll start and he'll struggle, right? But
Well, sure.
I am so excited about JJ Weatherholt. I mean, he is a consensus top 10 prospect in the minors and has that competitive edge and that fire, and has already shown this ability to change what he does on the fly and hit for power when he's in Memphis. I think he's incredibly, incredibly exciting talent, and I just want to see it. I'm ready to go.
So that's interesting. So obviously that spot, listener, if your memory is not serving you well, would be where the only All-Star of the St. Louis Cardinals was for starting most of the season, which is Brendan Donovan.
Mhm.
Listener, Brendan Donovan has been attached to many MLB trade rumors flying around right now. So who knows where that's going to land? He was listed. There was a top 40 trade, basically players that they expected to be traded. We had two of the top five players the St. Louis Cardinals did. The number three overall was indeed Brendan Donovan, the most likely to be leaving an organization, and number five was Sonny Gray. So yeah, Jonathan, who do you have as your second baseman?
Yeah, it's JJ. I mean, I'm with Matt. Shoot him into a cannon, shoot him out of a cannon, do something with them and physically to harm them to get them out of the way. I love Donnie. Honestly, I really like him. He's been a great player for us. This
Yeah.
is nothing but business and timelines. You got
Correct.
JJ, who's an animal waiting to come out, and we can get something for Donnie. Like, we really can get something for Donnie. So let's do it.
Yeah, so I think that it is the most likely scenario. I think Donnie is like a 95% gone.
Hmm.
And I think that we are 95% accurate here that JJ will indeed be the starting second baseman, not just on the Redbird Rundowns
Yeah.
playlist, call list. What's that called? What the manager scratched that
Lineup.
in? Lineup. Thank
Call
you.
list.
Call list. But I think that he's going to be. I think he's actually going to be it. Sorry. So let's probably diverge. There's no way you guys got my third baseman, so I'll save it. So
Okay.
Jonathan,
Okay.
go ahead and start us off with your third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, I really want to see a whole season of Thomas the Italian Saggese at third base. I'd like to just see it. He has never really gotten a true run. He did kind of at the end of the year there for like a month and a half. There's no reason why he can't. Absolutely do not believe in Nolan Gorman. Nolan Arenado is a name we shall not say, hopefully, that much longer,
Yeah.
right? I think he's going to be gone. I mean, Heim they've been saying it. They've been trying to do it more so than what Mo has done. I think now we're willing to eat some more of that salary. So I think the person that makes the most sense is just Saggese. Is he going to be there forever? Is he the long-term guy? He's going to have to prove it, but he can do it. And I'd rather put him at third base than maybe Weatherholt and keep Donnie, right? It just seems like it makes sense for Saggese to just slot right in there.
Matt?
Yep. I also have Thomas Saggese at third base. I think the team I'm constructing right now is not going to win very many games, but listen, they kind of surprise you. Everybody pops and we're more competitive than we think, in which case that's cool, right? That builds a good culture and vibe for your team. And if we're terrible, then bring me those lottery balls because I'm getting elite talent at the top of the draft. Let me say this. It's not going to be like super fun to watch if we lose 90 games, but at least I'm going to lose 90 games with guys that have potential upside, and I'm not watching Arenado again, and I'm not watching Gorman again. So this is going a little farther than we need to right now, but just on my roster, there is no Brendan Donovan because, as Jonathan suggested, I think he has great value. I saw something like as many as 22 teams checking in on Brendan Donovan. So
Oh
if you
my
can really
gosh.
get a derby going there, you might be able to get something awesome for him. I'm ready to part ways with Nolan Gorman. I've seen enough. I think we can call it. I will beg a team to take Arenado. So again, it's just I'm getting some chaff out of the way in Arenado and Gorman, and I'm selling high on a Donovan who's 28 years old. And again, I'm just trying to replenish. I've seen some reports that we would be interested in trading for a controllable starter. I think Brendan Donovan screams that, right? So
Please.
again, I love Donovan. I don't hate Arenado. I don't hate Gorman.
No.
I'm just ready to move past them. And I agree. I think Sajasi could be. Listen, I think we could put him in, and he could be better offensively than Arenado was, right? So I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility either.
I think
So,
that's almost a guarantee. I mean,
Yeah.
Nato was an absolute donut. But
so is the actual, before I reveal I think you guys are both right. Like, if I didn't have this person from the Nippon League that I'm about to throw out here,
mhm.
I think the JC would obviously be that fill spot. Do you, before I get to my wish list, do you think that it's going to be Nolan Arenado at third base
Mm.
for the St. Louis Cardinals? Like, do you think is it a coin flip? Like, obviously we want him gone. I think Heim is on, like, if he were to speak
Sure.
openly, I think that's probably what he would say. But do you think that he has enough value to get rid of him, or do we? I kind of think that it might be Nolan Arenado again.
Oh, can
Don't you
you
say? Don't you
imagine?
put that out there?
I
Don't you
don't
do
want to
it?
say that, but I
Yeah,
think it
yeah. I
is.
think the key difference here, and this makes me feel a little bit better, is that they are willing to pay a hefty part of his salary. And I think that there's enough rapport built up in the major leagues that somebody will do us this favor. Somebody will do something here, whether we have to attach something with him. I just don't think he's coming back. If we got to pay 30 of the 40 million, the fact that we weren't able to do that last year, and we did have a suitor. Now he has fallen off, not a cliff. He has fallen out of the solar system. I don't know where he's like beyond the solar system.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think if we pay them and somebody gets Nolan Arenado next year for $10 million over 2 years, and he could maybe be like a mentor. Well, he's not good at that. He could just sit on the bench and take ground balls or something. Somebody might take him. Matt, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think you're right. I do think he's gone this time. Now, to your point, Andy, I would actually be kind of surprised if it's a JC at
Oh,
third base. I would be a little bit. I just wonder if there's going to be one more run for Gorman. So JC feels a little far down the pecking
Yep.
order for me, but this is me being a little more aggressive with this and just deciding, okay, I think I've seen this, I'm ready to move on. But I would be, maybe I'll be wrong. I would be surprised. All right, Andy, take us to what's going on in
please.
the Nippon League?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just want to prime the listener and you guys I'm sure you've thought about this. How far away, how many years will the next great Cardinals team be? As in, are we 2 years, 3 years away, 4 years away, somewhere in there, like optimistically, and
Is
like in
somebody
a
going to say 6-7 just for the vibe?
no, please don't.
Okay.
I think 3 to 4 is like
I was gonna say
on
three.
average,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
like
3.
averagely, like 2 would be rose tinted glasses.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's think about age of player then that we would want to go get in order to line up with that window. We would most likely not want to get anyone plus 30, right?
Oh, no.
No,
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 no.
Right.
no,
Right.
no.
30 plus is a
You're dead
no.
to me at 30. Yeah.
Unless you just roll them out there and it's just like a filler. Like we have to have
A
an
1 year or
arm,
something.
Right.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be, listener, someone in their midish 20s if they're good enough and there's enough upside. I have out of he plays first and third, uh,
Mhm.
and he's 26 and he's already out there. Like people like the Phillies are linked to him, so I think it's a bit of a long shot because that's a pretty big market team to be
Yeah.
Hmm.
linked to. But they also have him linked to like the Marlins, so
Hmm.
maybe there's hope. It is, and forgive me, not good
Let it
on my
rip. Let's hear it.
Japanese. All right, Munitaka Murakami. Okay, and
I think you nailed it.
Pretty good. I felt
uh,
it.
he plays first and third. He has less defense, more offense, and I just think that, golly, the Cardinals need more of that on that roster. They need more guys who are less defense and more offense, because we have plenty of guys who are like, well, their defense is pretty solid, but
Yeah, can't
golly,
hit.
their offense is not even serviceable. Especially if you're going to be by a hopefully perennial Gold Glover at shortstop. I think we might be able to hide somebody at the hot corner with Mason Wynn at shortstop. So he's 26. He's a big old bat. He's kind of like a younger Josh Naylor kind of situation. He's a big bat, big boy. He made some noise in the World Baseball Classic when Japan beat Team USA. So he was on that roster. So that would have been that was 23.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 2 years ago. So he was 24 on the Japanese team. So there's
Yeah.
at least some upside to that. Like I said, he's coming to the majors this year.
Yeah.
So that's just Andy's kind of like, hey, it's not like a super huge name, but it's big enough to where people are already looking at
Yeah.
him, and
I
I
think it
just
would be
don't
fascinating if we did something like this. Really.
something like that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
just
I mean, there's
Mhm.
hope if it's between the Marlins and the Phillies.
right,
We're in
Yeah.
the middle of that.
I think
right.
too, there's more room to do something like this on the position player side. I think the pitching is going to be hard for us to take a longer term, unless we're clearing out like a Sonny Gray or
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah,
or they're just like, yeah, McGreevy, who cares, right? But
yeah.
the position player side, I don't see a ton coming besides Weatherholt, besides Josh Baez and the catchers. It's I guess specifically infield prospects.
Yeah.
I think there's a possibility. There's a hole there.
Yeah. There's a couple of spots that you could do the thing that I just did. You could
Yeah.
just,
Yes.
change it around a little bit, and I think it maybe is a plausible shot.
Yeah.
Let's quickly round out the infield diamond. The shortstop is Mason Wynn. So moving on into the
Yep.
outfield, there's no one else. So there's no reason to talk
And it's
about
good.
anything
And it's
else.
good. It's
Yes.
a plus. It's a positive. Yeah, we love it.
All right,
Golden
so
boy. Yep.
let's go to the right field. So, listener, right field is where you usually stick somebody who's not good defensively, and you just hide them in a corner. I have quote a traded veteran from the Donovan trade here. I don't know
Mm.
who. I didn't
Oh,
try to play who,
right.
but someone that's serviceable as a offensive bat more so than a defensive guy. That's what I want. That was my only caveat. I want someone who can swing the bat in
Mm.
right field and is a veteran. All right, Matt, why don't you go ahead?
All right, Andy, close your ears. It's Jordan Walker.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's
We're
gonna
gonna
be
go ahead
Jordan
and
Walker
stop
all
the recording
year.
right now in the
Yep.
call. Okay.
And I think that this is actually what the Cardinals will do, and this is what I want them to do because, again, he's either going to pop and we're going to see that talent, or I'm going to get lottery balls for it. But either way, with the caveat that this is it. You're going to get every day. We're not going to jerk you around. You're going to do it every day. You're going to make these adjustments in the offseason. I feel like I'm talking to a 5-year-old, but
Well.
well, it might be, right? You're going to get out there and you're going to do it, but this is it. But I do want to see it. I do.
Yeah. So I am under the plan here that he's going to start in AAA. I want him to do that.
Okay.
I want him to prove it there. I've said this. I think it's a big change to change your swing and then go to the majors and do it. It's not a slam dunk, but Nathan Church absolutely smoked the minor leagues.
Mm.
He rose up, I think, 3 levels last year. Didn't get a consistent run. If there is nothing with him, he can play solid defense. Andy, I know you love that, right? If he can't hit, but he can play defense.
The Cardinals need more of those players.
Yeah. Maybe he has something. The guy crushed AAA, crushed it, like 142 WRC plus. Until if Walker figures it out, right, and he's ready, then he comes up and Church just goes back down. It's not like a solid thing. I just thought to myself, he's proven it in AAA and in AA. Why not give him a try at this? If he comes up and he's solid, make Walker work for it, right? It's not like guaranteed he's going to come up and be amazing. So that was what I was thinking was Church.
Matt, is that you had Walker?
I did
hate
have
you.
Walker, yes.
I do hate you for that.
Okay.
Just want you to know that.
Anything I can do.
I think what Matt said is probably
It's probably what's going to happen,
it.
right?
That is, to be
I think.
clear, that is also what I want to happen. I do. It's not
Mark
like
that down.
it's not the favorite thing in the history of my
Record it,
life.
Jonathan. Record it.
Yeah.
We're
But
going
I
to
do.
refer to that.
I do.
Yeah,
I want it.
Yeah, it's his upside is still too high. Now, I bet Matt, if I asked you, is this the last year of this? Would your
Yeah.
answer be yes?
100%.
Yeah. So, anyway, it's a means to an end if he doesn't succeed.
I will be surprised if the center fielder is any different for any of us. I have it as one more. He has earned a spot. It is Victor Scott the second. That's who I have. Does anyone have a disagreement? And does anyone think that the Cardinals are going to do anything otherwise?
You guys don't want to go out and sign Dylan Carlson?
Mm.
No, Victor Scott.
Harrison Bader's available.
Yeah,
Harry
Harry
Bates.
Bades. Yeah.
Yeah, I also have Vic. I just
it's Vic.
think I think you got to. He's very young. I think you got to see more, see if there's a little more to the bat because
Agree.
the defense. I mean, he was nominated for a Gold Glove in center field. Like it was excellent defense in center. I think that gets overlooked a little bit because of how good Win is, but Vic was great in center.
All right, so going on to maybe the hardest position player for me to pick was our left fielder. So I'm gonna wait to see what you guys have to say.
Okay.
Jonathan, who's your starting left fielder?
I picked Newt for this.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want us to go out and sign players right now. I just want to see, like, if this is it for Newt, can he put it fully together? Last year, like his season this last year, we talked about it in our review, is really sort of an anomaly. His underlying stats were strong. They really were. His counting numbers were down. He was fairly healthy all year. So let's see. Is it an anomaly? This is the last year of it for me in my eye. I also read, though, that Newt was one of the most called for players at the trade deadline in the midst of this kind of meh season. So if he has a lot of trade value and we decide to do that, I will not be offended. Although I think, when he comes back, if he's healthy, because I know he's had these offseason surgeries, I'm willing to give him another year to see this. I know he's going to be a little bit more expensive, but honestly, you got to pay somebody, and he does have pretty good upside. So we'll see. If this is the last season in Newt, I'm okay with that, depending upon how he performs.
Matt, did you also have Newt?
I also stuck with my boy Lars, and I think Jonathan's right. I think okay, look, I think it's entirely possible we could trade maybe 4 position players from our current team. And it may not be the 4 that I'm thinking or hoping or wanting, right? My 4 would be Contreras, Arenado, Gorman, and I just backed myself into the corner. Maybe it's just 3.
Donnie?
Oh, yes, and Donnie. Thank you. Yep, that was the 4th. Perfect. So it could be a different combination, and Newt could be one of those. Newt can play the outfield. Newt plays pretty decent outfield. And I think the fact that a bunch of teams are sniffing around on him makes me think that I'm not so far off in my evaluation that I know the results weren't awesome last year, but that the metrics just tell you this is a guy that teams want. And
Yeah.
I think we should give it one more ride with him too. So both corners of my outfield are like on their last year warning. They get the yellow card in soccer. They both have it.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. And if it doesn't get any better, I have a Josh Baez coming in 27. You know what I mean? I have other options, but I feel okay about Newt for right now.
What do you think, Andy, before you go through yours? What do we think about Burley if Willie is the first baseman? Where's he playing? Is he DHing?
This is what I was talking about. So if we keep Contreras, then maybe Newt goes and maybe Burley's in the corner, right? So in my roster,
World,
I did it, yes. But I think this is heavily dependent in real life on the sliding doors of who actually goes out the door.
All right, Andy, what you got?
I had Lars with an asterisk of could also be traded player. Like our outfield was abysmal offensively, and so I think that like they were barely serviceable outfielders at the plate.
Yes, they
And
were.
I think that there might be enough to where you're like, okay, we trade Lars, and I don't know. Like that's what I mean. I didn't know really what to say. Like I'm just so glad I don't have to I'm not the GM to make the decisions about who starts in the outfield for the Cardinals because it's not great.
And there's nobody coming either. There's no one in the minor leagues that's an outfield prospect that I can think of at the top of my head that is
Baez is
ripping
coming.
it. But
Josh Baez.
But I guess that's the only one. I was thinking I don't know why I think of
he's
him
not ready right now. I think he's got to definitely go to AAA and prove it. But he had a great AA season, right?
I guess that I should have clarified that. 100% agree about Josh Baez. There's no one in AAA who is at the cusp.
Correct.
That we haven't had a AAA outfield talent. I can't even tell you who I thought the last one was. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like Matt
Dylan
Kaperniak,
Carlson.
like those guys are just fringe dudes. It's not anybody that I can think of. So you're right.
That's what I was thinking. It's like if there's a Willie gets traded, is a serviceable. Like, do we get two? Like Donnie and Willie, we get. Let's say we trade those guys. We get some prospects because that's what Heim's going to be wanting, and then we get like serviceable outfielders to replace. Like, you know what I mean? Like we throw Newt into one of those trades to like kind of swap serviceable outfielders, or maybe a slight upgrade, and then a prospect for. You know what I mean? Like something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Time's got a lot on the plate, to your point. I think there's a lot of permutations of ways this could go.
Yeah.
Yes. So lastly, the DH slot is Ivan Herrera,
Yep.
Yep.
and that's who it should be. It won't be because he'll be the catcher, but it should be. So Heim, I know you listen religiously to this podcast every week. It
Yes, he
should be
does.
Ivan. You should not put him behind the plate. But who do you think? Is it going to be another revolving door of like, are we going to have a mainstay at the DH spot, or is it going to be another like, oh, it's this person today, and so on and so forth?
Matt, I think it's Burley to start the season. If if
Mm.
if the whole domino effect, whoever's left standing, if Burley doesn't have a position, he will DH, and Yvonne will DH the days that he's not catching whoever's the backup.
I think this is also a possibility. This could be Gorman, maybe. Again, depending on
I'm
the
sorry, who's that?
permutations of who the Gorm.
Oh,
The
okay.
Gore? Yeah.
Depending on who stays. So if Nootbaar gets traded and Burleson's and left and Gorman, right? It's just we're just gonna have to see what happens. But again, in my world, it's gonna be Herrera because that bat is special and we need to protect it. I think.
Yep.
So the more interesting and more difficult part of this activity what is coming up. It is the pitching staff and the bullpen. Yeah, we'll get to it. We're going to start with the starting pitchers. I have my list not as their rotation slot. I just have five guys. Like I'm not saying like
Let's
I'm
do
not
them all
gonna.
five at the same time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't have like it's not like the first person I'm going to
Right,
say
it's
is
like
like
your
the
number
ace.
Is the
one guy.
ace? Sure.
I have no idea. Like I
Yeah.
just have five
Okay,
guys.
that's fine.
That's how I did it. So
Yeah.
I'll shoot mine out there.
Yeah.
I have Libby is on the rotation. I have McGreevy on the rotation. I have Quinn Matthews on the rotation. I
Ooh.
have a guy from the KBO. He used to be play for the Pirates. He had a renaissance
Mhm.
there. His name
Mhm.
is Cody Ponce.
Mhm.
He's been actually linked to us, and he has increased his velocity to high 90s. He has a splitter. We all saw how well a splitter worked in the postseason this past year. And then
Mhm.
I have a former Ranger who's coming off Tommy John surgery, Tyler Mahle,
Yep.
Mahle. Sorry.
Yep.
That's who I have. It's people who
It's pretty good.
I kind
Yeah.
of cheated because it's people who have been attached to us and rumors over the offseason. So that's
Yeah,
who I
that's not cheating.
have. That's who I have. So obviously, notable. I'm no Sonny, no Palante. Either way, that's who I have, and no particular order, of course. Matt, why don't you go through your
Yeah, I
rotation?
really like your list a lot. I
I did too.
cosign. I also have Quinn Matthews in there. Let's just see it. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
And it's basically came down to me, do I want to see Quinn Matthews or do I want to see Palante? And the answer is I just want to see I do. I just want to. I had Leahy in the starting rotation. I had McGreevy in the starting rotation. But the way I feel about McGreevy right now, he is as expendable as it gets. I don't care about
Mhm.
his future. I'm not planning my rotation around him. I had Libby. And then on a pillow contract, I had Zach Gallen, old friend Zach
Oh,
Gallen.
yeah.
The results were not wonderful for him. He's still on the youngish side.
Yeah.
I think there's still some talent in there. And so that was just the one thing I allowed myself to do that I thought that was possible that we could fall into something like that.
Hey, I
Which
always
means I've
respect the
traded
rec
Sonny
specs,
Gray
so.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. I was gonna say Zach Gallen, rec specs, where?
Yeah,
Always
sure.
respect that.
Sure.
I like both of those a lot. I really do. My five, I have the same as you guys. I put Palante in here only because, and I have a parenthesis next to it for 1 month. Like
Okay.
he was horrible last year, was really good the year before. Is he just bad now? Like, is he
Yeah.
completely lost it? I think I would like to see it maybe for a month, maybe two. He's terrible. Then sorry, man, you're out.
Mhm.
You said Libby, you said McGreevy. I'm going to put Leahy, and then my other pitcher is a controllable starter from a trade
Yeah.
or a free agent signing. This is the one place where if we have to spend some money, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that because we need somebody who's going to go out there reliably. And those other names I just gave you, other than McGreevy, I don't really know that I trust any of them to go out there every day, fifth day. It kind of scares me a little bit.
Yep.
That was basically what Zach Gallen stood in to me. I just put a name on mine, but either a short-term free agency
I'm fine with
signing or a controllable pitcher that we trade for. Yeah.
Like a 1 year deal, because are we also gonna prime for a lockout? Or yeah,
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like if his market kind of falls through and he's sitting there and we're like,
Yeah, like,
you
I
know,
don't-
like one of those.
I don't want to spend like 160 and 180 million dollars on Framber Valdez, who's 32.
Right.
Like, don't do that, but
Right.
don't also go hey, Lance, do you want to pitch again this year?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Sorry. Correct.
Thread the needle there, Heim.
Yes.
So let's then go to the bullpen. I, honestly, I have quite a few. There's just like trade,
Sure.
random minor leaguer. So you guys give us some name. I mean, Rob is there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Jonathan.
I think Rob, JoJo, Swanson are
Okay.
the three. That's our three best relievers, and they will be there.
And I think Fernandez will be there.
I agree. I hope so.
So you guys give me four more because I had those four
Okay.
names as well.
Okay.
Then I just had asterisks of don't know who they are. They are trade and or minor leaguers.
Matt, let's hear yours.
Well, I put Jorge Alcala in there because, again, like with I like the way how you said, like for a month, let's just start the season with it and see. I got aggressive with it, and I'm tired of wasting bullets on guys. I put Tink Hintz in the bullpen right away.
That's what I did.
Okay. All right. Let him
So
tinkle
there's
out.
one of my random minor leaguers. There we go, listener. That's who this is.
Let's just see. And this does not mean that he's got to be in the bullpen forever. No. Plenty of starters have started their career in the bullpen and then transitioned on in future years, but he gets hurt all the time. Yeah. This stuff is super good. Let's just see it up in St. Louis. I'll be honest with you. I just had those 6 names. And so those are that's who I would go with, and then you can fill in the gaps with whoever else. So, Jonathan, do you have additional names?
I couldn't agree more about
You don't
Tink.
think Phil Maton's coming back? Or
I have that too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Phil Maton. Yeah, I put Phil Maton on there. I said veteran free agent, and then I just put like Phil Maton. Hey, we got him for nothing last year. I was fine with him.
Sure.
We need somebody. We need to sign somebody.
Hell's bells. That's yours coming back.
Yeah. And buddy, you got
look, if that market fell through hard because teams are scared of his performance, like at the right dollar amount, I'm not saying like absolutely no to Ryan Helsley.
I completely agree.
I'm not signing him for like premium dollars. I think that's insane. But again, if we get some market collapse kind of guys, I expect Heim to be opportunistic like that sometimes.
We need to leave a space or two open. Like I put Graceffo in there as he's in italicized. Like I don't know what the heck's going to happen with him. There's 2 spots I have that are italicized because those are the shuttle bus spots.
Andre Granillo.
He's going to have somebody's going to have a bus ticket in those last 2 spots.
Correct.
Because we need to not fill these guys up with rando veterans or whatever. We need to see somebody come up and maybe be Swanson or maybe be who knows, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys kind of talked about already some of your bench players. I had Thomas the Italian as a bench, and I also had Pedro Pajes as a bench. What is the name? I just put it on there. I couldn't find it. What's the name of it? It was like, give me some of the players who we traded for.
Jose Fermin is on my bench. Nope.
No, he was a younger guy that we got on a trade, maybe from Boston, maybe not.
Blaze Jordan.
Blaze Jordan that was it. That was who I wanted to put on there. He's on there in our bench. Jonathan, who else do you have in the bench?
So I put Pajes or a AAA guy, or I just some other guy, minor league guy. I don't have any other free agents out here on my roster. I just get somebody else that can do it part-time. I don't care who it is. I don't care. I have Gorman here. I don't love this, but I did this because I do think this is what they're going to do, and I don't necessarily hate it if we can't find a place for him to go. I don't hate this if he's like a platoon DH. I really don't hate it. I think we're just going to have him. I think we're going to be saddled with him probably another year. The final 2 slots that I have 4 here, are just minor league guys. Infield, outfield, dudes who can kind of play all over. I personally don't necessarily subscribe to we need a veteran down there. We need the Brandon Crawford. We need the Matt Carpenter. I don't
think so
care
either.
about that. Just get a guy who's, maybe a career minor leaguer who can give you a decent at-bat or play some defense every once in a while. I don't really care about these guys that much.
Well, if it has anything to do with how we did our bench and roster last year, it'll be like 3 catchers on the bench somehow.
Names I have are Nathan Church can play all the outfield spots. I have Fermin because you got to have some backup infielders and give Wynn a rest. Although I think Weatherholt could do that sometimes, but then somebody's got to play second. All right, so Fermin just fits for me.
Yep.
And then I had Matt Koperniak. Again, let's just get another bad outfielder, that kind of thing. I agree with you, Jonathan. I don't want to do the like retirement tour old guy that's going to provide the leadership, blah, blah, blah. I just don't. I don't think that's necessary either, especially
No.
if Arenado's gone. There may be other voices that kind of step up. So,
Yeah.
Something that I skipped, and I want to run back.
mhm.
We failed to do who we think is actually going to be the starting rotation for the St. Louis Cardinals on
Ah,
Oh,
opening
you're right.
day. Uh, I I feel as though that Sonny is probably gone.
I think so too.
I think that's a safe bet. We won't see
agreed.
Sonny.
I think it's Libby, McGreevy, Leahy, Palante, and a guy
Somebody we
that's
don't know.
not currently on our roster.
Yeah,
So
And
I agree.
Matthews is first up if somebody falters or gets hurt.
so we're not too far off. You could take your stab at the asterisk person of like we don't
Yeah.
know who they're going to fill eight.
And I
Yeah,
would
it could
not
be
be
yours.
surprised.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
wouldn't be surprised with these trades. Like if we trade Donnie or we trade these other people, like we assume they're going to, I wouldn't be surprised if they're lower level talent. Like not single A, but I don't think we're going to get some triple A guy. I wouldn't see that. If Heim is looking at the future, they're going to get the best talent that they think. And if that guy's in double
Correct.
A, that's what they're going to do. So
Yep.
I wouldn't expect to see, you know what I'm saying? Like a
Mhm.
ready major leaguer coming back. Just wouldn't expect it.
do you guys want to do a starting lineup as in
Sure.
the
I can
hitting
run mine
lineup?
down. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Matt, go ahead.
Okay, so I have Weatherholt leading off at second base. Herrera's batting second at DH. Burley is batting third at first base. And let me just say,
I have
I
no
think that's
changes,
a
by the
pretty
way, to that. Yep,
formidable
I
top
agree.
three. I
I
do.
agree.
I think it's pretty good. Here's where it falls off the cliff.
Yep,
In my world, right?
Yeah.
In my world, I've got Newt batting fourth. I've got Wynn batting fifth. Walker is sixth. Sajasi is seventh. Crooks is eighth. And Victor Scott is ninth. And we are not going to score very many runs in
Is
my
Jordan
world.
Walker batting 10th?
He's batting sixth, actually. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Yeah. Which
Andy?
speaks to one of the worst hitters in Major League Baseball is in my lineup at sixth. I know it. I knew it coming in. I knew it when I wrote these names down on a piece of paper. This is just how I feel. This is what it is.
okay, so I agree with 1, 2, 3. I think
Mhm.
that's what it should be. Uh, I think that it has a chance to actually be that I. So then that just changes who I had. I had us picking up the big bat, the thumper from
Murakami.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Then I have us. So then my 5 and 7 are 7 is Lars, but it could also be. Remember, I have that 5 and 7 as our serviceable veteran
Somebody. Yeah.
corner outfielders who is just whomever it is. I have 6 as Mason Wynn, and then yeah, I have 8. I'm sorry, 9 as Victor Scott the second. So that's who I have.
The only difference I would add to that is my top four actually gives me somewhat like it gives me going. You know what I mean? Weatherholt 1.
Right.
Mhm.
I put Newt 2 because of the ABS changes. I do believe that Newt is going to draw some walks like we haven't seen before. Yvonne 3 because I trust him above anybody else in our lineup to hit with 2 guys on, and I really think that that might happen with those top 2 dudes.
Yeah.
And then 4 is Burley, who I think has proven that he can knock runs in. That top 4, it's not like terrifying, but I think could produce something.
No,
If
but you
Nick
could
has something.
easily have all 120 WRC plus guys stacked on top of each other. And like you said, it's not the scariest thing in
No.
Major League Baseball, but that's a tough way to start the game. Really.
Right. And then everything after that kind of falls off to a degree. I mean, Win is 5 just because I don't necessarily think he's a 120 guy, but I don't think he's an 80 guy. So if
Yeah.
your fifth hitter's 100, and then everything after that, Tommy, Sajasi, Victor, Nathan Church, Jimmy Crooks, none of that matters. Like, I don't expect anything from those guys. I just thought JJ, Newt, Herrera, Burley, that will score something.
Yes.
The top 4 is not horrible.
All right. Well, I think we have an okay chance of some of this actually happening. Obviously, we didn't try to crystal ball too much of who we thought was going to be those people, those asterisk players of trades and such. But listener, I think it's important to understand that some changes are happening and it may not be instantaneous success still. I think
Yeah.
that I told the people who I work with, I kind of mentioned that, Jonathan, what you texted the group today about the governor's meetings happening, and basically it feels like we're having a rummage sale. The Cardinals are kind of just out there shopping what we can get for some guys, and I think that's kind of okay because the casual person has literally no clue half of our lineup if that's who they started.
Yeah.
Even if it's not my lineup, it's one of your guys' lineups. There's no player recognition, so I think that this is an okay year to just do some shopping and see. This is going to be a kind of a dud. It's a lemon of a year. So this is a season to do that. So listener, just be ready for that. We might be excited about what's in the minors, or we're tearing up the minor league and can't wait for 2 to 3 seasons from now. With that said, thanks for tuning in to the Redbird Rundown, your go-to source for all things St. Louis Cardinals. Be sure to subscribe and review the show. It really helps us grow, especially that subscribing. Follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook, and YouTube for the latest updates. And keep those rally caps on for keep us through this little next 2 to 3 seasons. And let's go Cards.
Bill Maton, come on back. You were all right.